Alright, this video is about how we handle wastewater in the Philippines. So the toilet water, it goes into septic tanks. Only the toilet water, that's it. The yeah, the gray water, showers, sinks, washing machine, they all go into wherever you want. There's no rules that I know of. And in the cities, they just go basically from your house into along the road. They have a trench, and it goes into there, and then it just dumps directly into the rivers. So for us, we don't have a river. We don't have city plumbing. We do it on our own. We have a small tank here. It's just a cement tank that we hand built. You can see we got our gutter downspout going into here. We got 2 bathrooms, kitchen, and what's that? I don't know. And then the bathroom here. This is a bathroom also, so it's going into that pipe. And then that is the overflow for our septic tank. So this blue pipe is connected to a pump, and that's just a cistern pump, cheap Chinese pump. And the way we've been doing it up until this point is just send it into the neighbor's yard. Now, this land is not owned by anybody that we know. So that's typically how it's done in the Philippines, is just send it down the road, send it into your neighbor's yard, and let somebody else worry about it. So what we're trying now is watering the trees, watering the plants with the wastewater. So what we have here is we've got a ball valve to pump it into the neighbor's yard, and a ball valve to turn on, pump it down here and water the trees. So I'll show you. Those guys are working, so I'll show you what we got. Up until this point, we have not benefited at all from our gray water, but that's typically a pretty nutrient-rich water. And the way our area works, you would think the Philippines rains every day. It's all good. Yada yada yada. It doesn't. This area rains super hard for 2 months out of the year, and the rest of the time it doesn't really rain at all. So it's kind of like, it operates like kind of like a desert. But you can see what we've done here. We just popped about a 1/2 inch hole in the pipe, and that's going all the way down to the end. So we got a hole for each one of these little baby trees, and this will also feed these cassavas. So that's the plan. The problem is we run out of water volume with this size of hole. We'll run out of water volume at right about this area, this section. So the other half of the pipe doesn't get any. So I think we're going to actually have to run a second pipe to get the rest of it, the other half, and whatever we want to water around the corner. Or maybe we'll make a smaller hole in the next one. We'll see. But this whole area is going to get watered via gray water. And that's good, because we're using well water right now to water these plants, and this doesn't make any sense. So we will have to pay attention to what we're putting down the drain, but as long as we're not throwing harsh chemicals or anything down there, it should be fine. But that's what we're doing for our gray water. Is I got to get a couple more pipes still. This is 1.5 inch PVC, way overkill, but this is what I started buying, so I'm stuck with it now, unless I want to get reducers and stuff, which I could do. But we're gonna go up until the end, and then around this corner, and we'll leave it. We'll put a cap on it right here at maybe this moringa tree. definitely get that pineapple in here. So that's what we're doing with our gray water, and that keeps us from having to water these plants. They'll get watered automatically. That pump is on a float valve. So once it reaches the designated level, pump turns on automatically. It does its pumping and then turns off automatically. And for the most part, it's set it and forget it. We have had one float pump die on us, or one float valve die on us, so we had to get a new one. And we do have a second pump in stock in case the pump dies. So that's how we deal with our gray water here. We're watering. These are some type of Indian tree. I don't know what it is, but it just grows straight and narrow. And then the cassavas are just here because they're kind of cool. A little bit of privacy. And you could eat the roots, which we have done in the past. So that's what we're doing with our gray water here in the Philippines. We're trying to keep it our problem instead of pumping it over to the neighbors. I just don't feel right about that. And we've been doing it just because we didn't implement a better solution up to this point. But that's changing today. So there you go. That's what we're doing. And all those pipes were just stuck together with friction. They weren't glued together. So we can adjust and move. And my plan was always to water these trees out here and other stuff. We might get to that. We'll see. Ball valves are cheap. PVC pipe is fairly cheap. So we'll see what the future holds for that. All right. That's gray water. That's what we're doing. See ya.